Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. Let's start off with Hope and Liam because I feel like at this point I'm having deja vu. And what's funny about this conversation is that once again, Liam acts like his name is on the door of Forster Creations. His last name isn't Forster. He doesn't run anything. Right now he doesn't even really seem like he's running his own house. So I don't understand on what planet he actually thinks he should be telling Hope that Thomas shouldn't go to to um to run with her. I don't get that. 1 second. I don't get that. He said that he was like, I don't want Thomas going. Are you like, are you serious? Well, again, once again, they keep having the same conversation. In the beginning, she's really super excited and he's excited for her. And then he's like, oh, well, it's just that one thing that, the elephant in the room, and that's Thomas. And I was like, here we go again. And he got to a point, it almost felt like, once again, they were breaking the fourth wall when Hope was like, why are we talking about this again for? Like, I'm tired of talking about it. And I almost felt like it was almost like a nod to the audience, like, yeah, no, guys, we're tired. You're tired of us having the same conversation. Problem is, they're not fixing it though. They're not fixing it. That's the problem. You can sit there and say, okay, well, um, because as the audience members, I mean, granted, with B&B, it's always repetitive. Don't get me wrong, every once in a while they'll sit there and throw in something new, they'll throw in a twist. I'm not going to sit there and not try to act like they don't do anything right. But, this conversation is the same conversation that they had before. Thomas saving her line. She couldn't get anybody else to do it. He's there saying that it's not that I don't trust you, I don't trust him. And it was just like, and at the end of the day, once again, she puts down her foot. She's like, he's going, and that's that. And again, it's laughable that he actually thinks that he's in charge of telling her um, that he can and can't go. So you got that whole conversation, right? And in the end, Hope just leaves. So now you got now you got Liam Smith there fuming. He's trying to get work done. He can't get work done. He can't get work done at the office because once again, Thomas lives in his head rent free. I've said, okay, if you go to my page, well, if you go on my shorts, I put a short video. I always feel like I need to put another one about Nina and Carly living in her head rent free. Bottom line, do not let anyone that you do not like live in your head rent free. It's not worth it. So you got that going on. You got the meeting going on with Ridge and Carter and Thomas. And Taylor decides to just show up because reasons. I mean, let's be honest. She does not work at Forster Creations. Um, I don't understand why we just sent it. I mean, could I just walk up in a meeting and an office meeting and be like, oh, I follow this person online, so I think it's okay if I just, decide to sit on a meeting. And the whole time I'm just like, what are you doing here? So you wrap up the meeting, and Ridge and Taylor is not there telling Thomas, hey, listen, we think that, aka we're on the street, is that Hope has feelings for you. Thomas is like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But of course, he does sit there and think back into the different encounters he had with her. The almost kissing part, a lot of these different things that he's actually thought about before. But he just shuts down the whole conversation and being like, hey, listen, we're fine, everything is fine, working it out, we're good. So he leaves, he goes back to the office. And, Taylor just looked at Ridge like, listen, if he says it's fine, we gotta sit there and trust him. Because the whole conversation is literally sitting there saying, listen, it's not that we don't trust you. We don't trust her. And we don't want you to go back to your old ways because now she's sitting there having feelings for you. You're doing great. We want you to keep on that right track. Which, of course, when it comes to us being Thomas, I mean, they're just not gonna sit there and really give her a redemption arc. They're just not. Which, is funny because I could have swore something, and it could have been Kyrie's or somebody. It might have been Kyrie's. That was like, just make him into a villain. Just make him into a villain. And you know what? At this point, I can't blame him because it's like you keep getting him up to this point, and then you knock him back down. Then you bring him back up, and then you knock him back down. And it's just like, what are y'all doing? You know? But Brad Bell, he works his way. He does things. I'm trying not to be mean, trying not to be an asshole. But seeing how they're writing Taylor at this point, acting like Brooke, playing the victim. What happened to this whole, she's the better person and she's the royal psychiatrist and, she doesn't really stoop down to other people's levels. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to the Saint Taylor? Where did that go? Or was that all just a facade the entire time? This makes you wonder, right? So you got that going on. And then Hope comes to see Thomas and, talks about how she defended him against Liam and, saying that she has faith in him. And, it's just one of those things where it's like, uh, she's happy and everything. Like, it means a lot to him that she's really believing in him. Listen, I'm gonna sit there and say this again. Okay, when Thomas heard all those hurtful and things that Hope said, okay, let's be very clear. Brooke didn't say that. Brooke didn't make her say that. Brooke did not put a gun to her head. She literally said that I felt bad. Okay, and I just, again, and I will keep saying this. I don't understand why Taylor. No, because Taylor did sit there and say, listen, we're not going to say anything. We're just going to keep our eyes open. But what I don't understand is why did Taylor not? I mean, I know Taylor's going to say something. I'm just surprised she didn't say anything yet. Like when she heard how Thomas felt, I thought she was going to make a beeline right to that cabin. Okay, that's what I initially thought. And the fact that she hasn't done that is just so odd. I would sit there and say, I don't get it. I don't get it. But it is what it is, right? Sucks, but I just I understand that she has feelings. She doesn't like Brooke, and she doesn't like the fact that Brooke lied and was like, "Hey, listen, I really do have problems with Thomas," but I don't think it's even on the scale of the way that Hope eviscerated Thomas. So I'm very, 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 very confused. Um, I feel like this trip to Rome, that's where Thomas and Hope are gonna knock boots. I feel it. I feel like if there's any place they're gonna sit there and do something like, because let's be honest, they could have did that a long time ago. Okay, they wait until you go on this fashion trip till they get on this high and everything like that, and then, well, you know, birds and the bees conversation. But I feel like that's pretty much about it. I can't really sit there and think of anything else that wound up happening. But of course, if I missed anything, you know what to do. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We're gonna be sitting there talking about all of them: YNR, Days of Our Lives, um, General Hospital, and Bold and the Beautiful. I don't know why I have so much trouble trying to remember to say all of them, and there's only 4 of them that's left. Now, I didn't get a chance to do YNR, and Days just actually pissed me off, like, greatly. But we're listening to talk about tonight, so if you're a Days fan, if you're a YNR fan, we're going to sit there and get into that also, because I do have some comments that I do want to talk about with, YNR and what Kyle decided to do as far as, practically selling his wife's mom down the drain, like literally. We're gonna get into that. So come through tonight. I always sit there and bring up B&B topics and stuff, or I always sit there and bring up GH topics and everything. I would love to sit there and bring up some B&B topics as well, some YNR topics. Um, you know, our stream usually consists a lot of um, GH fans. So I love to sit there and have some YNR fans that I can sit there and talk to about this mess, and B&B fans that we can sit there and talk about this stuff. So definitely come through. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.